The NBA is investigating the Chicago Bulls for tampering with regards to the Lonzo Ball deal. Could the Chicago Bulls actually lose Lonzo Ball after all of this? Let's talk about it, starting now. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports weekly. We don't want you to miss a thing, so make sure that you hit that bell. Also, make sure to check the link in the description below to check out the Windy City Breeze merch that is Bulls themed, so check that out as well. Now, it's been reported today by Woj, Shams, all the big guys that the NBA is looking to investigate the Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat in the Kyle Lowry deal. But of course, you know, who worry about that? Hopefully they lose them. You know what I'm saying? No, but investigate the Chicago Bulls in the acquisition of Lonzo Ball for tampering. Basically, they're saying that they got in there, all these conversations were had well before, and that the Bulls are in violation of the league's tampering protocols. But what does that mean for us? You know, is it at a point where we really should be worried? Is it at a point where we really should care? Listen, in 2019, we saw the league kind of give an uptick in their tampering punishment because they were, you know, we were seeing, you know, teams come over, players come over, openly talking about, hey, look, we had this conversation in the offseason. We did this in the offseason. We've been having a lot of conversations with this person. And the NBA was like, yo, we can't be doing that. We have to make it fair ground. We're going to up it. So the punishments for that the Chicago Bulls could be looking to face right now could be, at a minimum, I think, and this is the wild part, right? At a minimum, it's a loss of draft picks because you're looking to do this kind of win now thing now. The Bulls are missing a lot of draft picks anyway, but at a minimum right now, it's a loss of draft picks. But some of the other things that could go into it, I mean, we're talking about a fine up to $10 million. We're talking about suspensions possibly for AK, suspensions possibly for Mark Eversley. We're talking about the NBA could go as far as putting a kibosh on the whole deal, killing the deal in general, making Lonzo Ball a free agent again. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like there's really no precedent for this because we haven't seen the NBA look at a situation like this that has gone through. Now, we heard a lot since this has came out. You know, they said that they did enforce last season some penalties on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks trying to go after Bogdanovich ended up losing out on a draft pick in that situation because they were proven guilty, found guilty of tampering. What did that mean though? That the NBA took into account the fact that, one, Bogdanovich didn't want to be there. He didn't end up signing there. He ended up looking at Atlanta, and the fact that the Bucks were so cooperative in the whole thing that they said, listen, he didn't come here, you still broke the rules, but he didn't come here, give us a second round draft pick. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, we can deal with that. Here's the difference though. The Bulls are in a completely different situation because Lonzo did sign here, or at least the paperwork is in order for him to sign here. Lonzo is coming here. They did make the deal. The deal did get done. So now the league is looking at it as, okay, you guys have been having conversations well before the opening of free agency. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of expected something similar to this to come because the deal got done so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing. You can have contact with the teams and make sure that the team is okay with allowing the deal to get done. You know what I'm saying? You can set up the terms of a deal. So the fact that the deal got done quick in that situation is not crazy, but the fact that it was a sign and trade, the sign and trade usually takes a little bit longer because you do have to have conversations with the player, where the player is bringing in, do you want to be here? Is this sign and trade worth it? You know, we saw similar. I mean, we literally saw the opposite with the DeRozan deal. When he was able to get in here, it took a couple of days because you had to figure out, hey, look, does DeRozan want to be here? It took Mark Eversley flying out to him and saying, listen, Chicago's the spot that you want to be if you want to get this done. So there's a lot that goes into that as well. And so that's why the league's really looking at this because, hey, when were these conversations had where you had the conversation to say, hey, Lonzo, do you want to come to Chicago? Or was it one-sided on the New Orleans side where they say, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of things that they're looking into when it comes to this. And I'm going to be honest with you, this could be more serious than the Chicago Bulls were anticipating. Now, before I continue with the video, I want to know you guys' opinion. Let me know in the comments below. With all this NBA investigating, the tampering and all of that, do you think the Chicago Bulls could lose Lonzo Ball in this situation? Do you think that the NBA will kill the deal and we'll be back at square one? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, to me, I'm not as worried about them killing the deal. I'm just, you know, like, I think that they'll allow the deal to go through because it's better for the NBA. Now, listen, I definitely think that there's other teams that the NBA caters more to, but it's better for the NBA if Chicago's good. It's better for NBA money. It's better for ratings. It's better for primetime games. It's you know what I'm saying? The NBA loves it when you got a Chicago versus the Lakers game on ESPN and both teams are actually talented. That's really what they want. So I don't think that they'll kill the Lonzo deal because I think it does help their bottom line. I do think that they will try to make an example of the Bulls, which is where it gets concerning. You know, like I'm gonna be real with you. We could see max penalty in this situation. We could see loss of draft picks. We could see a huge fine coming the Bulls' way, which affects what the Bulls can do money-wise. We could see the suspension of AK and Mark Eversley. Absolutely. And in a situation where we are now, where this kind of puts a stall to a lot of stuff, you know, you're trying to still get the marketing deal done. You're still trying to figure out if you're even going to get a deal done for him where you can make a trade for him. You're trying to get, you know what I'm saying, your team prepared. You're trying to get this bench build out so that everything can so that this team can be filled out and ready to go. I mean, I honestly think that could be where we're heading with this whole situation. We could be getting ready to face max penalties on the Bulls when it comes to this, because the NBA wants to put a stop to this. They're going to want to make an example of a major team. You know, taking a second round pick away from Milwaukee, that's not going to scare anybody. Like, teams buy second round picks. The Bulls sold them all the time. So you can buy a second round pick. Hey, give me a second round pick. I'll give you $3 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. But again, that's a situation where Bogdanovich didn't come there. The Bucks were like, hey, yeah, we messed up. That's on us. Our bad. Take a second round pick. The NBA's like, you got it. That's all we need. Like, this deal's done though. Or it should be done. And so to me, I don't think they'll kill the deal. I don't think we have to worry about that as much, but I definitely think that we could be looking at missing our GM, not only for this season, but also to finish out this free agency. But it could be a year-long suspension that goes into the next free agency. And so to me, that's the worst part of it to me, because now you're at a point where players want to come to Chicago. Now you're at a point where players are looking at Chicago like it is a viable free agency spot. And so this is the worst time for you to lose your GM and your president of basketball ops. So I really hope I'm wrong in this case. I really hope that the NBA looks at it and says, hey, we're just going to hit you with a real heavy fine, maybe take some draft picks. The worst thing that could happen to me is that we lose I guess the worst thing is you lose Lonzo, because you can still play out the season with the players you have. And I'm sure there's people in place that can still go out and facilitate AK's wishes on a deal. But losing your GM, losing your president of basketball ops, that could throw a real hitch in what the Chicago Bulls are trying to do right now. And so, yeah, I think there's some cause for concern absolutely on this front. And we're just going to have to wait and see. Man, I really hope I'm wrong. But Bulls Nation, I want to know how you guys feel, man. Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. Do you think the Chicago Bulls could lose Lonzo Ball after all of this due to some NBA tampering? I'll be down in the comments below talking with you as well. As always, it is your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again to continue watching our Chicago sports content. Click the links here. Check the links in the description below. Hey, yo, y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.